everyone, welcome back to Blooms and Bicycles. Hope you're having a lovely September so far. And as we welcome in the autumn time in all its fiery, vibrant glory, scattered across our lands are swathes of trees in almost luminous colours of crimson pinks, golden ambers and ruby reds. And low-lying sunrises bless us with dusky pink skies that sit as the perfect backdrop to the darker silhouettes of chimney stacks on roofs. Chugging out silvery wisps of smoke from households keeping warm inside, they become the perfect backdrop and accent colour to all of the surrounding glowing tones. And taking inspiration from the specialness of these everyday moments this time of year brings, we are so delighted to bring to you today the Autumn Sunrise Flower Collection. So today our flowers and water vessels are already prepared with both the water and the flower feed. However, if you would like to learn how to prepare your water vessel, you can find the link to our flower care video in the description box below. In today's video, we'll be sharing with you how to construct the medium autumn sunrise letterbox flowers. So first of all, to create our grid, we'll take our red oak leaves, and because it's such a long stem, we'll cut this into two. So the best way to go about this is to find a leaf which is as close to the middle point as possible, and on an angle, cut just above where the leaf is. Then taking away any of the leaves which will fall under the watermark, we'll then just position the two pieces on an angle. We can actually use the fluted shape of this vase to its advantage and allow for some unusual angles with each of the stems to be made. Next, we'll take this beautiful variety of Grevillea, and because of the number of offshoots which come from one stem, again we can use this to our advantage and split it into two in the same way. So using the fuller of the two pieces towards the back, we'll make sure this slopes off to the right to mirror the position of this oak leaf which is sloping off to the left. And then we'll just add the smaller piece of Grevillea at the front, just to break up the colour of the reds so far. Next we'll take the Anigozanthos, commonly known as kangaroo paw, and again we'll just trim this down, weaving it in between the oak and the Grevillea to help it stand up. So next, just taking our Maroon Sedum, we'll introduce this on the opposite side to the front piece of Grevillea, allowing it to tumble over the top of the red leaves because of the contrast in the two colours. So next we'll take our Amaranthus and we'll look to position this off to one side, and then we'll use our Dahlia, which is very similar in tone, in a mirror position on the opposite side. So again, just cutting down the stem, just keep adjusting it until it sits in a place where you and it are happy. It might just mean you have to adjust some of the other stems. So next we'll take this Dahlia variety, which is absolutely beautiful, and the camera just does not do it justice, and I can't wait for you to see it when it arrives. In real life, you really get to see this beautiful lilac iridescent sheen which is on the underneath of the petals, and that sheen is really visible because this particular variety of Dahlia forms like a pom-pom, and as you can see there is a full coverage of petals just as much at the back of the flower as there is at the front. It's just beautiful. So the other thing to also consider is taking away the leaves. Traditionally speaking, you will always take the leaves away from a flower for all the reasons explained in our flower care video, which can be found below. However, it is up to you as to whether you leave them in place. In this particular design you may wish to, because it introduces a little extra greenery, and this is what we're going to do today. And I think this Dahlia just has to go at the front, you just have to see it for all that it is. So now we'll take our Berzelia, and we'll add this also into the central area of the grid. So next we'll take our three different rose varieties that come with this piece, which graduate in an ombré fashion from a coral orange sunrise colour through to a more dusky pink, and then a softer, more subtle silver tone, just like an autumn sunrise. And these pops of colours really contrast against the backdrop of all the maroons and fuchsia pinks added so far. So finally we'll take our taupe coloured tulip and dried asparagus ferns, and because the tulip has such a natural curve to its stem, making it very flexible, it's worth making the most of this by introducing it to the front of the design. Finally, we'll take our dried asparagus fern and we'll just weave this in between the flowers in the central area. Because it's dried, it doesn't have to sit in the water, and being such a flexible material, you can manipulate it and wrap it around the flowers to sit as you please. Now we'll add our final scattering of leaves that we trimmed away from our oak stem to make it look like they've fallen from the tree. And there you have it, the autumn sunrise medium letterbox flowers. I hope you enjoy.